Are you a helper? When I was a child, I played teacher and librarian. I was the person that friends came to with their challenges and deepest secrets in the teenage years of turbulence exacerbated by hormones and navigating newness. Throughout adulthood, I've been graced with rich friendships rooted in mutual help in the most beautiful ways, and I've been naturally called to professions of helping. It was who I was, how I defined myself. First, as a teacher, I believed my job was to instill knowledge and help mold the future. My greatest moments were the ones shared with students one-on-one during lunch hour or after school, when kids came to just be. Holding space with these kids, having meaningless or meaningful conversations, was when I felt real learning was happening. Sure, I could teach them Shakespeare and political systems, but I noticed kids felt most helped when they were experiencing connection. I described these conversations as meaningless or meaningful because we don't ever know what impact shared moments have had. I've learned years later that a simple conversation, which had seemed inconsequential to me, has had deep and profound impact on another. Some of us are born helpers. We know it, we feel it in our souls, and are so deeply called to help that it's impossible to resist. I have entered more than one helping profession in my life so far. I've come to understand that it was the agreement made before I came to this life, and I accept it as part of my purpose. The professions were part of my path to help. The gifts and lessons they gave me came from everything from hilarity to PTSD. Whether by profession or nature, we are raised to be helpers. Being helpful is a great attribute. We love it, and it's wonderful. So wonderful that sometimes we don't even have a boundary in sight. But damn, the world loves helpers, and we should. We are raised to know that it is good to help others and that it is bad not to. There's a social expectation around helping. And from a very young age, we are told to do it, to value it, and that it matters. And it does. I agree. The world needs helpers like never before. And we've been stretched to our capacities like never before, too. People are hurting. Whether a helper by profession or nature, know that this message is for you. We recognize those pressured helpers as teachers, nurses, doctors, therapists, social workers, first responders, caregivers, parents. My list could go on. I see you even if you aren't listed. And we must also recognize the impact the last few years has had on business owners, employees, and, well, all of us, really. Here's the thing. If you're listening to this, you've made it to here. Congratulations. Take a deep breath. Did you actually feel it? How amazing that you have this moment and that you're listening to this. Amazing. Can we just celebrate that you made it to here through all of that? Never underestimate the impact of how you show up. I love telling people I left teaching to sell intimacy products. It's true. And yes, helping was the tenet to this unusual, fun, and successful venture. I sat in my friend's living room, staring across the room at a display of vibrators, lotions, and potions with curiosity. I'd always been that go-to girl among friends with what seemed to be some wisdom and openness,